Hey, welcome back to RamZland. Today I want to share with you the double displacement reaction between calcium carbide and water, and then finally the combustion reaction of acetylene gas in my carbide cannon from Flynn Scientific. Check this out. What I'm using in this investigation is called calcium carbide, a rolled up glove, this glass rod to push it down the barrel of my carbide cannon made by Flynn Scientific, some distilled water, a dropper, and my lighter. This is a schematic drawing of Frederick Baldwin's invention of the acetylene gas lamp in August of 1900. This was an amazing invention. It was used by miners, and the lower chamber would have calcium carbide, the upper chamber would have a little bit of water in it, and when the water would trickle down on the calcium carbide, a double displacement reaction would occur, making calcium hydroxide and acetylene gas, which is highly flammable. That acetylene gas would then be ignited through a combustion reaction behind that mirror would make the flame even brighter, and when you turn the switch on the top, you'd release a little bit of more water to trickle down on the calcium carbide, thereby providing more acetylene gas and a brighter flame. And this was used on miners' helmets. This was used for headlights for cars, headlights for bicycles, all kinds of adaptations for it. And here are a couple pictures of miners wearing acetylene gas lamps on their hats. So this is what your calcium carbide looks like. You can see it's just a couple of black stones. This is just a calcium with a couple carbons attached to it. Its formula is CaC2. And if we put a few chips on this watch glass here and just add a little bit of water to it, you'll see that acetylene gas released right away. There we go. And then you can easily put that out by covering it. First, I'm going to measure out about 1 gram of calcium carbide. I'm going to add that to the bottom of our cannon before I screw it on. Okay, so we've got our calcium carbide measured out. I'm going to screw it into the end. Make sure you don't screw this in too tight because this is an exothermic reaction, so it's going to cause the threads to swell a little bit. So if you loosen it just a little bit, then you'll be able to shoot it again. And I'm going to squirt a little bit of water in to start the reaction. And I'm going to kind of shake it around in there so it gets going. All right, here it fizzing. We're ready to shoot off our little skull squishy that we put in the end. In 3, 2, 1. Oh, quite a loud cannon. So what's going on in this double displacement reaction is you start out with your reactants calcium carbide, that's the CaC2, and water, that's your H2O. Now when they combine, they create calcium hydroxide, that's one product, CaOH2, and of course your acetylene gas, that's the C2H2. Now that acetylene gas starts to mix with oxygen inside of the combustion chamber, and when you ignite it, that combustion through thermal expansion forces the projectile out of the cannon. I hope you enjoyed today's edition of RamZland, and I'll see you next time.